Are you approaching your golden years, or perhaps you're already navigating life beyond 60? It's a time often associated with wisdom, reflection, and hopefully enjoying the fruits of your labor. But what if certain habits, seemingly harmless over the years, are now casting a shadow over your health and happiness? What if you find yourself looking back, wishing you'd made different choices sooner? You are absolutely not alone in feeling this way. Many people reach this stage of life only to realize that some ingrained patterns are holding them back from truly thriving. Stick with us for just a few minutes because in this video, we're going to uncover 7 common yet potentially detrimental habits that countless individuals over 60 deeply regret not abandoning earlier. Understanding these pitfalls is the crucial first step towards making positive changes, ensuring your later years are as vibrant, healthy, and fulfilling as possible. Don't click away. The insights we're about to share could genuinely reshape your perspective and empower you to embrace a brighter future starting today. We're not here to dwell on past mistakes, but to illuminate the path forward, offering understanding and highlighting the profound impact small changes can have even now. This isn't about blame. It's about awareness and the incredible potential for growth and well-being that exists at every age. Let's explore these habits together and discover how you can avoid these common regrets. One of the most pervasive regrets centers around a gradual slide into inactivity. It often starts subtly, maybe taking the elevator instead of the stairs, driving short distances you used to walk, or spending more evenings glued to the television. While rest is important, chronic physical inactivity acts like a silent thief, robbing your body of its strength and resilience, particularly after 60. Muscles that aren't regularly challenged begin to weaken and shrink, a condition known as sarcopenia, making everyday tasks more difficult and increasing the risk of falls and fractures. Your metabolism slows down, making weight management a constant battle and contributing to unwanted pounds that strain your joints and heart. Furthermore, a sedentary lifestyle is a major contributor to a host of chronic diseases that can significantly diminish quality of life. Think heart disease, type 2 diabetes, certain types of cancer, and even cognitive decline. It's not just about physical strength. Movement lubricates the joints, improves circulation, boosts mood through endorphin release, and helps maintain independence. The regret stems from realizing, often too late, how much easier it would have been to maintain a moderate level of activity throughout life, rather than trying to regain lost ground against stiffness, weakness, and illness. The energy drain associated with inactivity creates a vicious cycle. Feeling tired leads to less movement, which leads to even more fatigue. Breaking this cycle earlier could have meant more years of active, engaged living. Looking back, many people over 60 pinpoint years of suboptimal eating habits as a major source of regret. It's not always about dramatic dietary failures, but often a slow, steady reliance on convenience, processed foods, excessive sugar, and unhealthy fats. These dietary patterns, adopted perhaps in busier midlife years, can have profound long-term consequences that become starkly apparent later on. Highly processed foods, often laden with sodium, preservatives, and empty calories, contribute significantly to high blood pressure, inflammation, and weight gain. A diet high in sugar doesn't just increase the risk of type 2 diabetes, it fuels inflammation throughout the body, potentially worsening conditions like arthritis and impacting brain health. Unhealthy fats can clog arteries, leading to heart disease and stroke, major concerns in the senior population. The regret often surfaces when facing health diagnoses that could have potentially been mitigated or delayed with better nutritional choices earlier in life. It's the realization that food is not just fuel, but powerful information for your cells. Years of depriving the body of essential nutrients found in whole foods, fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, whole grains, while overloading it with detrimental substances takes its toll. This regret is often coupled with the wish for more energy, better digestion, stronger bones, and sharper cognitive function, all of which are intrinsically linked to the quality of the fuel we provide our bodies over decades. It's the understanding that consistent, mindful eating wasn't just about weight, but about long-term vitality. A particularly poignant regret for many older adults is the gradual drift into social isolation. Life changes like retirement, the loss of a spouse or friends, or children moving away can naturally lead to fewer social interactions. However, failing to proactively cultivate and maintain social connections is a habit that carries a heavy price, impacting mental and physical health in ways many don't anticipate until they feel deeply lonely. Humans are inherently social creatures. Meaningful connections provide emotional support, a sense of belonging, and mental stimulation. Chronic loneliness, conversely, is linked to a significantly higher risk of depression, anxiety, and cognitive decline, including dementia. The stress of isolation can also manifest physically, contributing to increased inflammation, higher blood pressure, and a weakened immune system, making individuals more vulnerable to illness. The regret often comes from realizing that opportunities for connection were missed or not prioritized earlier. Not joining clubs, neglecting friendships, or hesitating to reach out. It's the understanding that building a strong social network isn't a luxury, but a fundamental component of well-being, especially as we age. The wish is often for more shared laughter, deeper conversations, and the simple comfort of knowing you're not alone. Overcoming the inertia of isolation can feel daunting in later years, leading to regret that more effort wasn't made to stay connected when it might have felt easier. If only I had prioritized sleep, a common lament among those looking back from their 60s and beyond. For decades, sleep might have been treated as a negotiable commodity, sacrificed for work, family demands, or entertainment. However, consistently shortchanging yourself on quality sleep is a habit with cumulative negative effects that become increasingly apparent with age. Sleep is not passive downtime. It's a critical period when the body and brain perform vital maintenance tasks. During deep sleep, tissues are repaired, growth hormone is released, and crucially, The brain consolidates memories and clears out toxic byproducts that accumulate during waking hours. Chronic sleep deprivation disrupts these processes, leading to impaired cognitive function, difficulty concentrating, poor memory, and reduced problem solving skills. It weakens the immune system, making you more susceptible to infections. It disrupts hormones that regulate appetite, often leading to weight gain. Furthermore, poor sleep is strongly linked to increased risks of serious health problems like cardiovascular disease, diabetes, and mood disorders like depression. The regret stems from recognizing the profound connection between consistent, restorative sleep and overall daily functioning, mood stability, and long-term health. It's wishing you hadn't pushed through fatigue so often, hadn't ignored the signs of poor sleep quality, and had established healthier sleep routines much earlier in life to protect both brain and body. Life inevitably brings stressors, but consistently failing to manage stress effectively is a habit many regret deeply in their later years. Living in a state of chronic stress, whether from work pressure, financial worries, relationship issues, or simply a tendency towards anxiety, takes a significant toll on the body and mind, accelerating the aging process. When you're stressed, your body releases hormones like cortisol. While helpful in short bursts, the fight or flight response, chronically elevated cortisol levels wreak havoc. It suppresses the immune system, making you more vulnerable to illness and slowing down healing. It contributes to high blood pressure, increasing the risk of heart attack and stroke. It can lead to digestive problems, sleep disturbances, and muscle tension. Mentally, chronic stress fuels anxiety, depression, and cognitive fog. The regret often arises when health problems emerge that are clearly exacerbated, if not partially caused, by years of unmitigated stress. It's the realization that worry and tension weren't just unpleasant feelings, but were actively harming physical health. Many wish they had learned and practiced stress reduction techniques like mindfulness, meditation, deep breathing, regular exercise, or setting better boundaries much earlier. The regret is tied to the lost years of potentially greater peace, resilience, and physical well-being. Understanding that managing stress wasn't about weakness, but about essential self-preservation for a longer, healthier life. Putting off or skipping regular health checkups and screenings is a habit born perhaps of fear, procrastination, or a feeling of invincibility in younger years, but it's one that frequently leads to profound regret after 60. The if it isn't broken, don't fix it mentality can have devastating consequences when it comes to health. Regular checkups are not just for when you feel sick, they are crucial for prevention and early detection. Many serious conditions such as high blood pressure, high cholesterol, type 2 diabetes, and certain types of cancer often develop silently with few noticeable symptoms in their early stages. Screenings like mammograms, colonoscopies, blood pressure checks, and blood tests can catch these issues when they are most treatable, often before they become life-threatening or significantly impact quality of life. The regret hits hard when a diagnosis comes late and treatment options are more limited. more invasive, or less effective than they might have been with earlier detection. It's the heartbreaking realization that a condition could have been managed better, or perhaps even prevented, if only those appointments hadn't been skipped. This regret is often intertwined with wishing one had been more proactive and less dismissive about preventative care. Understanding that investing a small amount of time in checkups could have saved immense suffering, cost, and potentially years of life down the road. It underscores the vital importance of partnering with healthcare providers throughout life. Perhaps one of the most insidious habits, yet one deeply regretted, is a lifetime spent cultivating negative thought patterns. This isn't about occasional bad moods, but a persistent tendency towards pessimism, cynicism, chronic complaining, or focusing solely on what's wrong with the world or one's own life. While it might seem like just a personality trait, a consistently negative outlook actively shapes your reality and significantly diminishes your quality of life, especially in later years. Negativity breeds stress, releasing harmful hormones as discussed earlier. It can isolate you socially, as people may tire of constant complaining or pessimism. Crucially, it colors your perception, making it difficult to appreciate the good things in life. Find joy in everyday moments, or maintain hope during challenging times. This habit often becomes deeply ingrained over decades, making it hard to shift perspective later on. The regret comes from realizing how much energy was wasted on negativity, how many potentially joyful moments were overlooked, and how this outlook may have damaged relationships or hindered personal growth. It's the understanding that while life has its difficulties, focusing disproportionately on the negative prevents you from experiencing the richness and beauty that still exists, even amidst challenges. Many wish they had consciously cultivated gratitude, practiced positive self-talk, and learned to reframe challenges earlier, recognizing that their mindset was a powerful tool they failed to use for their own well-being. This habit impacts not just mental health, but overall life satisfaction.